Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. We are doing blind spot, what you don't see coming, baby. That's what we're going to do for you, Gemini. Well, we're doing it for everybody, but right now is your time. This is your spot in the sunlight. I am going to start with the Divine Animal Oracle deck to find out what is coming towards you. And this whole thing is animal. Oh, look at that. Isn't that interesting? You have like a sea turtle on the bottom of both of them. Huh. Yeah, and then we're going to ask how this blind spot's going to make you feel. I'm going to do that with the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Oracle deck. And then I'm going into the Tarot of the Naked Heart. Yeah, I got it right. Tarot of the Naked Heart deck to pull out more information. And I'll continue using tarot if we need to, clarify that. Okay, you ready? Let's get started. If this reading resonates for you, and you're drawn to it, there is an extended. And the link to that is at the top of the description of this video. I feel like we need to do one more. Blind spot for Gemini. Blind spot for Gemini. Blind spot for Gemini. What is a blind spot for Gemini? What is the blind spot for Gemini? What is the blind? Did something flip? Gosh, it had that sound, but maybe not. Not yet. It's a funny thing, like coming into your energy felt I don't want to say stuck, it almost feels dense, like thick. Energy feels kind of like thick, not as free flowing perhaps as you would typically like it to be. And then it's getting reflected in the cards here too. Like just their movement. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that funny? And then the cards that you got is groundedness. It is a sense of maybe being held back, or I don't know how to describe that. Like your energy just feels thick. Thick. And then we have grounded. And then you have ritual with bison at the bottom. Right now I'm reading this deck very literal with the words that are coming up on it. And I'll see if it takes me anywhere deeper until then. There is definitely a sense of past ancestral energy. But why is that coming in? That doesn't feel like a blind spot. Okay. This groundedness. Oh, that's curious. Maybe I'm feeling an energy for you that's coming up in the future. Because I kind of felt like this thickening of your energy, this thickening of movement, and then you get the groundedness card. I mean, groundedness is very good because it stabilizes things. It allows, I like that, like it's a very pentacle energy. So it allows us to bring our thoughts and our feelings and our desires into sort of a more 3D experience. But I feel, why do you feel? Okay, so let's ask, how's this going to make you feel? How is this blind spot going to make Gemini feel? How's this blind spot? Wow, you got the elephant card. That is a very grounded energy. But this, isn't it curious that in this deck, it's the alchemical symbol of fire. It does carry fire, but would you typically think of an elephant as fire energy? It certainly commands attention. What is being grounded here? Something that you've been guiding yourself towards. Ritual plays an important aspect in this. Whether that's a ritual that's in terms of, you get up in the morning and then you do your 20 calisthenics and then you do your stretches and then you have your shower and brush your teeth or shave your face or pluck your eyebrows. I don't know what you do. But like it could be something simple like that, is like kind of keeping a ritual for yourself to keep yourself in alignment with what it is you're guiding towards. This could also be something a little more personal, like fine-tuned to you. It could be more of a spiritual ritual if you do more of like a yoga practice, or if you take time out for mindfulness or meditation, or I'm hearing crystal grid healing. So that's funny because that kind of came up in the Pisces when I was showing what came with this deck. It is definitely the energy of journey. Earthworm is at the bottom of this. What is going on with that? Okay. We're going to dig into this because it feels like to me you are coming into something. Something's going on here where you kind of feel grounded. I just want to say you're going to feel a little held back. But it's not bad. There's great potential moving forward in this. And both of these cards are reflective of great potential. This is the potential to get yourself to the end of a long journey, particularly dark journey, or, you know, at least you don't see where it could even be leading you or where you're going to end up in this journey. There's an awful lot of potential that's wound up in this earthworm, but it hasn't really reached. There's something that you need to learn here. I'm not telling you got to learn it. The universe is saying, yo, Gemini, we got a lesson here for you. Let's see what the tarot says. I'm going to ask, kind of in order as these are sitting, like the ritual. What is the most important aspect about ritual here for Gemini? Because this does feel like it, on an energetic level, it is what is guiding. That's a lot of cards. Oh, guiding this elephant energy that is taking you to your destination. Let's say that. You know what it feels like? It almost feels like one final, maybe hurdle, obstacle, a pause in the storyline before you get to the final destination on some sort of journey that you've been on. So, and isn't that curious that, like, as I'm looking at these cards about the ritual seems really important in that, is the universe. So there is like some sort of completion. You're about to complete something here. The Four of Pentacles. These are cute, aren't they? They're almost distracting. They're so cute. Oh, no, it's not that many cards because they're thick. The Movement of Cups, which is like the Knight of Cups, and then the Seven of Pentacles. Sorry for the sound effects in the background. Oh, there it is. The Four of Pentacles looking around. Oh, isn't that funny? It's a squirrel. I've been dealing with a little squirrel. And she's birthing. Oh, how symbolic is that? Because, okay, you're ending a cycle here. It kind of feels like, too, it's taking you into Emperor, Empress energy. I just feel like because we have each of the elemental symbols that are given here. So it is like a completion. It's a big completion, and it is something to do with maturing, alchemizing, and the final process of an aspect of you. And then, but your new beginning, see, this is the funny thing, because when you come out of here, well, then you're kind of starting a new beginning. It's the Four of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles is sort of about this stability. It's grounded. It's not necessarily moving forward with something because you're kind of trying to get a sense of security going. So the new, yeah, you're not rushing out of the gate. It's like a long labor. No, that's not really right. Because I feel like you've already birthed. You're already about to birth something. You may have even completed a cycle for yourself. Like, I don't know, by the time you're coming to watch this, but there's an element of a pause. Like, you're not rushing forward. There isn't the Knight of Swords here or the Eight of Wands flying through into a new beginning. And I just say the squirrel because there's a little squirrel who comes to my critter feeder window, and she's been emptying it out, which is really funny because this is trying to like accumulate as much resources as you can and kind of hang on to them. And she's been doing that. But I've noticed that like she's either, I don't know that she's pregnant anymore because she's not really fat, but all of her little teats are all quite pronounced. So I think she's nursing, I guess breastfeeding. I think she's nursing. So she's nursing, and so she does require more resources, right? Because she's producing milk and it's depleting her. You require more resources, but you're hanging on to them. Well, it's so fascinating. What are you up to here, Gemini? I kind of feel like I'm going to say, so right now, I'm failing to see how Spirit is telling us what the blind spot is in this, and maybe you're feeling it going, oh, okay, well, I didn't realize that. But yeah, it was almost as if you're the one that's birthed something. You haven't been birthed here, because I'm seeing this energy of the Four of Pentacles, this squirrel, needing these resources because there's something that you're looking after. Something, it's like something that you're giving of yourself to others. It could be family, maybe not. Could be a spiritual community. It could be a work community, friendship community. Many ways this could be. But there's something that you have birthed that took a considerable amount of resources, and then you continue to feed this, which also takes a considerable amount of resources. So I do want to say too that I feel like, because I do, this card too, I'm trying to remember, vaguely has something to do with being provided, like the universe providing you what you need, and whether that's consumption resources or physical stability and shelter. The universe is looking after you here with that. And then the movement of cups into the Seven of Pentacles. It's like, okay, it's like your heart has been depleted. But isn't it a funny way to show up as healing the heart, building resources, accumulating resources around the heart? So however you're giving of yourself, it is perhaps like you're giving a part of your heart in that, but yet that feeds you in return. And so I imagine picturing like this little mummy squirrel, because the daddy squirrel doesn't hang out for that. I'm pretty sure they're single moms. They're just like doing their own thing. And she chased the little male squirrel away because he was black and skinny, and she's gray and fat. But because the females are big and fat and they've lost the fur on their tummies because they tear it off to put it into the nest. So the guys look fine, and he tried to come in and eat from the feeders, and she just chased him all out. You know, yeah, interesting. I got shit I need to look after here. You're responsible. You're the reason I have to look after this stuff. You're taking a sense of leadership, guarding and protecting your resources, because you are doing something really important here. And you're giving of yourself, like the squirrel is, but she's also receiving back. Because don't you just picture her like in the little nest and all the little babies, and just in a way she's getting like all this love and connection with them. So it does feed your heart. And then so what I'm seeing here is this, I'm seeing how this has turned into the blind spot, because it almost seems like an in-depth explanation of perhaps something that you have been going through, but to see it from a broader perspective and like what the universe is trying to do for you here. So the movement of cups into the Seven of Pentacles, this is to feed your heart, to give your heart like a new day, because this is the Knight of Cups. And then to be able to formulate a plan to move forward, to water the tree. I love that, like to water the tree of abundance, of future plans and dreams and hopes. And maybe she needs a bigger tree. She runs out of space with all the kids. I don't know. Oh my gosh, that was just for ritual. Wow, so that is connected, right, to the ritual. Whatever ritual you are taking on here, it does feel like it is a sense of ritual that looks after others. This is funny because this is the second take. I didn't actually pull cards in the first take, just because my son was online learning, but he was, I don't know, anyway. So at one point, I'm not going to release it, but I just said, I don't know if anyone else is going through. I'm going through it. I'm sure an awful lot of people are. So yeah, you're doing something for others. There's a lot of people doing stuff for others right now. The groundedness and the elephant, well, let's keep them separate, because the groundedness is part of what's coming towards you. Although you may already know that, and you're in the groundedness, because that Four of Pentacles really feels like that. So this is the reason. This is what the universe is trying to do for you. And then this is how it's going to make you feel. Like, you know, one step at a time. I see a little bit ahead of me, but not much more. So the groundedness. The groundedness, this in itself is the blind spot, right? The ritual, the Six of Swords, the universe is guiding. Oh, there's another sea turtle. Wow. Interesting. I'm really curious what the totem of sea turtle means. I would look that up. Look that up and see what that is. The Six of Swords. Well, the universe is guiding you here. So I'm really hearing that the universe is kind of in charge of the waxing and the waning, the tides coming in and out, like that sense of movement. So there is a sense of not moving. There is a sense of not moving. Or it is very slowly. Well, I don't think armadillos move very fast either, do they? Nor elephants for the most part, unless they need to, or they really, really want to. But you don't want to move too fast because you could misstep, because you're in the dark. And if you move too fast, the flame might go out. And then you can't see where you're going, can you? Ah. Okay, how this makes you feel? How this makes you feel? Earth Mother. Wow. Well, that's actually pretty good. That's the, yeah, it's number 3. I was going to say, I think that's the Empress. It's only the 3rd or 4th time I've used this deck. The Empress, how that makes you feel. Well, you're going to feel really good. But I think it's getting there. God, maybe some of you are pregnant. I don't know. Or you're going to be pregnant. Or you're going to create something. You're about to birth. Some of you, it's interesting to see where you would feel yourself in this timeline, because time is not linear and it's very mutable. It just seems to have, it just seems to appear linear in the 3 dimension. But yeah, because the Empress is the mother, is the divine feminine energy. And so is, gosh, forgive me, I can't remember her name. Oh, White Buffalo Calf Woman, I think. She is like a real depiction of divine feminine energy. Damn, the sea turtle is under there as well, but it is in reverse. That sea turtle means something. There's got to be some sort of meaning about sea turtle for you. Sea turtles, what do sea turtles do? There's different types of sea turtles. They, see, there's always hidden messages in these things. Some of them eat protein-based, like the little tiny squids or something, and others are vegetarians. But I believe all of them go to shore. They live in the ocean, but yet they return to the shore, right, to the beaches to lay their eggs. And so each one of them also starts off on the beach. There is definitely a cycle of life that's going on here. You're in the process of that. And I also can't help but notice that the sea turtle has these rainbows on it. And whenever I see rainbows in the tarot, it takes me to a sense of very happy completion. Rainbows, very happy completion, like the 10 of Cups, that sort of energy, finding the joy beyond the rainbow, the happiness after the storm. The Empress is full of green energy here. So it's really, really earthly and heart chakra. Something that lights your heart up out of the darkness. The universe is guiding you to this. Now we see why the 4 of Pentacles. The 5 of Pentacles and the 9 of Swords is at the bottom. So some sort of sense of lack. Or even just needing to provide something. Like now you have more resources to look after. Like I just think of that squirrel who has the little baby. So now you have some sort of, or something, could be something that you've created at work, or a business plan, or so, but now you've got more that you need to juggle and kind of manage with that. Okay, well, now this is growing and developing, and other people have taken this on, and I have to continue to kind of monitor it. Really interesting reading. These cards bring, it's interesting how the messages change with different decks. So now I'm going to go into the Wild and Unknown Animal Spirit Tarot. I want to get a clarifier. I'm going to pull one out. For the cards that came out for Ritual. Yeah, because she holds the keys. She holds the seeds to plant for the Seven of Pentacles. The Ten of Wands. I actually had a premonition that was coming out. There's a burden that is carried here. In the same sense that the squirrel is, you know, got to work harder to find more food and even defend the food source because she's got more to look after. The Four of Pentacles can be described as kind of miserly, but there's an explanation behind that. I mean, there's an explanation behind almost everything and a cause and effect for what people do and believe and think. But it is because of the, like, this energy. The Five of Pentacles, where like this is broken. There's a sense of loss. There could even be a sense of losing an income or a deduction in an income. Or perhaps, I'm just hearing, this is interesting, I'm hearing like a mortgage renewal and the rates are higher. I mean, that can happen to you. And then all of a sudden, oh, well, the mortgage payment was really manageable prior to that change. Now there's an extra $400 or $500 a month that goes to that. It doesn't really feel like you're getting anything more for it. You're still getting the same house that you had, but now you're paying more a month. Like there is some sense of, well, hey, and then this can affect the Nine of Swords. This can actually affect your thinking. It can make you feel like things are really more dire than they are, which is why the universe is grounding you here and holding you back, because you carry a burden. The universe is seeing that you carry a burden, and perhaps you would like bigger and greater and more wonderful things to happen now. But there is some sort of sense of responsibility here that you must carry. And the mother squirrel muscle, those little babies would die if you just, yeah, this is too much work, guys. I'm out of here. I'm going to go live the free life, right? Like, then there would be, and if all of them did that, there'd be no more little squirrels. So it is something that you sort of need to do. But the universe is guiding you here to something absolutely beautiful with Earth Mother through the elephant energy. But the elephant is being a sense of darkness. The Six of Swords. The Moon. Wow. See, the universe is guiding you right through the darkness, man. Wow. How crazy is that? Intuition is key here as well. Follow your intuition, because there might not be obvious signs and breadcrumb trails for you to follow. Earth Mother and the elephant. Well, that all came out in a big mess. And you got the Four of Wands. Wow. Maybe the father squirrel is coming back. I don't know. So funny. The Empress and the Four of Wands. Gosh, for some of you, I feel like it could be like a marriage or pregnancy. It's definitely a union of some type here. It could be any sort of union. It could be a business union with the Four of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. There's enough earth energy here. But it's whatever it is, the universe is guiding you to it. And the universe is trying to keep you grounded and stable during a period of time where things could be a little bit unpredictable and unstable. Oh, there you are. Look at that. And it's the only one. Everything is reversed. The Mother of Swords at the bottom. The Queen of Swords here. Yeah, lots of very feminine energy. Feminine, sort of like feminine leadership energy. You know, I think I will. Just the earthworm. I am going to clarify the earthworm because there's some potential here that's being held back. What is this earthworm? that? It's the Two of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. It's some sort of feeling like responsibilities are a really key factor, like the everyday practical responsibilities, which is kind of a little bit of what I'm getting with the squirrel, the Four of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands. Even feeling like missing out on opportunities, like not being able to fill up your cups the way that you would like to, or what you would like to see for yourself or do for yourself. There's definitely the element of practical responsibilities taking a priority over at least where the universe is eventually guiding you to, because the universe is guiding you to something different from what you're in right now. And that kind of brings to mind that saying that where you are right now is not a representation of where you're going to be. It's more of a representation of where you've been, because you kind of like have to dissolve that energy before you move forward. That's what I feel for you. That's a really interesting reading. Look at the Ace of Pentacles is at the bottom. And again, so there is a new beginning coming for you guys. But I do feel like on some level, it is universe saying kudos to you, because you are stepping up, being like the little mother squirrel, having to collect those resources, having to make sure that something is looked after here. But in turn, it is designed to anyways to feed your heart back with energy on some level, even if it's paying some sort of karmic debt that could be going on in terms of how that energy is being serviced. But that is definitely what's coming through. And it's only taking you like this. You get that whole reading. This is amazing, amazing energy that you've got coming into the future. So I would like to say that that is your blind spot. It took a while for us to get there. It certainly did. There you go, Gemini. Thank you so much. I'm going to go do the extended. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.